Charter's deal to buy Time Warner comes right on the heels of Comcast being forced to cancel its plans to buy the very same company in the face of opposition from federal regulators. So does Charter's offer stand a chance in Washington? I'm joined by Bill McConnell, Assistant Managing Editor for The Deal. Bill, Charter is expected to have a better shot at winning government approval, but federal officials spent more than a year reviewing Comcast's bid for Time Warner. So how did that investigation impact Charter's chances?
Well, that's a big question. I think we can look back at some other attempts at big telecom deals. One deal that was probably hurt by the government's rejection of another deal was in the wireless communication space when Sprint thought it had a good shot at buying T-Mobile in 2011, and it thought it could win federal approval for that deal. Then AT&T swooped in with the deal to buy T-Mobile. The government eventually blocked AT&T's bid. And then Sprint tried to buy T-Mobile again. When it started lobbying, though, it became clear that things had changed. T-Mobile was stronger. It had won a big breakup fee, and it used that money to start buying smaller competitors. And the government didn't want T-Mobile gobbled up. I think in this case, with the Comcast review and all the new information that the government gleaned from that, it might have a very different view of Charter's bid than it would have, a year ago.
So what will be the main areas of concern for the Justice Department and the FCC?
Well, I think increased concentration in broadband and cable TV delivery are probably going to be the main issues. In Charter's favor, this latest merger would be far smaller than the one Comcast would have created. Comcast is already the largest cable and broadband provider by far, and buying Time Warner would have given it control of 57% of the broadband market and 30% of the cable market, and it would have dominated 19 of the 20 largest metro areas. Time Warner hookup with Charter, by contrast, would serve less than 30% of broadband customers and only 17% of pay TV customers. So I think that's what gives Charter a much better chance.
And what are the positives that Charter will argue it can bring to cable and internet customers in order to convince regulators the deal should be approved?
Well, I think we can expect Charter to argue that it can keep prices lower because of the deal, that it'll have more scale. But regulators probably won't buy that because, let's face it, cable bills never really go down because of mergers. So I think the best bet for Charter is to convince regulators that by adding scale with Time Warner, it can better afford to improve its broadband infrastructure and deliver a faster and better internet product.
All right, thank you so much, Bill McConnell, Assistant Managing Editor for The Deal.
Thank you.
And I'm Brittany Humar for The Street.